Yeah, I've got a great new use case on how to use the Dubb AI agent. And it's for when you go on vacation, having scheduled tasks to do part of your job. So I encourage everyone to go get a free trial to our new technology called Dubb AI. This is an agentic technology. So this is AI becoming your assistant. We've heard of software platforms like Claude. We've heard of maybe Perplexity. Maybe we've heard of OpenClaw, which is a very open source and unsafe environment. And now we have built a completely safe AI agent that does so many of your tasks for you so that you can have more time for yourself with your family and make money in the process. So I wanted to invite everyone to go to ai.dubb.com, sign up there. It's a free trial. There's no credit card required. You can start to use it. The only requirement is that you use Slack, which is a software platform owned by Salesforce, which is free. And it's basically a collaboration. It's sort of like a chat app where you can chat with people from your team. And you can also chat, in this case, with the Dubb AI assistant. So I want to encourage everyone. We have a forum on use cases. The best thing that we can do right now is to learn what you all are trying to automate in your business. What are the things that you have not been able to prioritize? Maybe you have a subscription for a software platform that gives you expired listings or probate or whatever it might be. Maybe there's someone that emails you every week with leads. Maybe your title rep is sending you data that can be converted into leads. Whatever those use cases are, we want to hear about them. So there's a form that we included. Please populate that. And then if you want, just as a redundancy, just please put it in the Zoom chat as well. Make sure you put it in the form first because that's our central repository. So click on that link that Darius shared. It just takes a moment to populate it. But if you do want to get our attention, throw it in the Zoom chat below, and then we can go and start to test it and experiment it and say, hey, what would we do with those leads that we get every day from our title rep, with those PDFs? What can we do with those? How can we go and email the owners to see if they want to sell it? What can we do with that software platform that we've been subscribing for that we don't use, and so on and so forth. So maybe you have a list of leads in your inbox somewhere, your CRM. You haven't been able to do anything with those. You haven't been able to send text messages or call or email. We want to know about those use cases. So number one, put it in the form. Number two, please put it in the Zoom chat below. Mahalo. Thank you so much, guys.
Right on, right on. Absolutely. Richard, I got your question there as well. Submit an open mic for us, my friend. Hit the link in there, open mic, or even the AI one. Because Richard, I know you have a unique situation where you have a massive database of old leads, and then you're running ads for new folks. So what I would say is there's two things we want to do. And again, Richard, I would certainly want you to submit the open mic so we can give a way more detailed response. But what I would recommend is Dubb AI for as those new leads are coming in, right? They're submitting a form on Facebook that has some questions there. Based on what they're answering in the form, we can write something custom for them, right? We can use Dubb AI to draft a highly personalized autoresponder so that when they come into the Dubb CRM, right, they become a Facebook lead, that adds them, and then it generates a message and sends it to them. We can set up something like that. But I also think what we need to do for you, Richard, is I think you have Go High Level as well. We need to make sure that your drip sequences are formatted right. I remember last time we took a look, the emails were really long, and I was like, hey, we got to cut those down because they're not going to deliver well. So, Richard, there's a few things I think we'll want to take a look at. But if you can please book that open mic form. We have another session tomorrow, Richard, for partners, which we could support you in as well. Because that one's usually pretty light. So if you wanted to submit the open mic and come tomorrow, Richard, or any day next week for Tuesday, Wednesday, not next Thursday. This Thursday is on though. So for anyone, guys, if you have a specific question you want support with, then hit that open mic and we can come address it here, whether it's Dubb AI or anything else. We absolutely want to hear from you, and we want to support you in the best way possible. And these forums, this format allows us to do that. We just need you to submit the open mic ahead of time so that we can prepare really good answers and review your internal material and stuff like that. So that would greatly help us help you. It goes for everybody. The link is in the chat there. It's just dubb.com/open mic. That can be a Dubb AI thing or outside of Dubb AI thing. Lynn, I'd like Darius to show us how to run a Facebook ad using my Dubb as the landing page to collect the leads. This is awesome. Lynn, let me go ahead and do that. So I can do that. I can do a quick version of that in here. I won't do the full ad creation stack, but I'll show where Dubb is incorporated into Facebook as the lander. So what you're talking about right now, Lynn, is a specific type of ad. This is just a random ad account, but what you're talking about is a lead gen ad, right? So you want to use a lead type campaign. So we're going to create a new campaign and it's leads, right? And in that, you're going to create, here's your advertisement itself, where you're going to set your budget, and you don't have special ad categories if it's for real estate. If you're in mortgage or financial products, you have to put something else there. But for real estate, you don't need special category. It's not housing. Then for actually, no. If you're advertising listings, then you do need to add housing. There's certain, like if you're advertising listings, then you do need to use housing. Sorry, don't quote me on that one. Different types of ads have different categories. If it's for listings, you absolutely need to use special categories. That does limit you guys, right, in your ability to target locations and things. So be aware, certain categories have some very strict limits on what you can do in the targeting. Those are trainings I'm not going to cover in this one because it's too short of a time. I want to get specifically into where Dubb comes into this equation. So when you're creating a form, right, that's how you capture leads from Facebook, is using their lead forms. And what you're going to do is create choose the form. It doesn't have to be just a form, right? You can also go insert forms and Messenger. So like they submit the form and it goes to Messenger. And Dubb integrates into both of these. I would actually recommend this one. You get the form submission and potentially a Messenger conversation. And in both of those, we can set up the Dubb page. So let's go down here where we're going to create the form itself. Sometimes it gets mixed up. Where do we go? There we go. And then in the actual form, right here, instant forms and Messenger, because that's the option we chose. When I go to create, this is important. I usually choose higher intent. I don't want bogus, crazy tire kickers. They'll give you cheaper ones, but the lead quality is poor. So I always recommend a higher intent. Now, this is where Dubb comes in. So you ask your questions, and then at the end of it, you can see here, it says link, call to action, view website. This is where you put the link to your Dubb landing page. It's at the very last step of the form submission. So you'd put your dubb.com/ whatever your booking page is right here. And then it could say visit website, watch video, book a time, something like that. But this is the first and most important place you'll want to do this, because you need to capture the form inside there. You don't want them watching videos or getting interrupted. If they saw the ad, great, get them to submit the form. Then you can direct them to your video page, where you can share the video, share your guides, your resources, your calendar, all that stuff in one place. The other part of this is Messenger, right? The message. So when they actually submit their message, then there's going to have a Messenger conversation. And then that will also have an option to put a Dubb video link right in that Messenger. So those two places, guys, in Messenger itself, right? You're going to get a form submission and you can add your video there. And in the link of the form submission itself. So as soon as they submit the form, it's going to direct them to that page. So those are the two ways that you can directly integrate Dubb Facebook or Dubb pages into Facebook ads themselves, right? Into the creative. There's other ways, right? You could use Dubb to create the video that goes in the actual creative, which, by the way, if you're running ads on Facebook, video is the number one recommendation. Short form videos, sub 60 seconds, maybe even 15 seconds or so. So you can create the videos on Dubb, use those for your ad. Then you can use the landing page as the landing page to qualify, capture, nurture the person that submitted the form. And then, of course, you can share the video through Messenger as well. And then on the back end, guys, there's an integration with Facebook where those contacts come in from Facebook ads automatically. And from there, they're going to be enrolled into a sequence, right? So let me find, I think I have a Facebook one here somewhere. And so this is basically, I think it's right here, Facebook. So when somebody comes in from Facebook, they can get tags, they can get emails, they can get text messages. And in fact, I'm going to recommend that. It's speed to lead is extremely important, right? You generate a Facebook lead, they're going to be sent to your Dubb page. And shortly thereafter, they're going to get an email, maybe a text message, maybe even a phone call within 5 minutes of them submitting that form. So there you go. That is exactly how you'll connect Dubb into your Facebook ads. All right. So these are the ways to add it into the landing page, right? Once they submit the form, they're going to go to your page. You can also send it in the messenger, which is both are going to happen at the same time. But go one step back, which is the creative. So that happens up here, right? Here. We're going to add the creative, create ad, and it's going to be a video ad under add creative. And from there, you're going to click video ad, and you're going to upload the video from your account here into this ad creative. And so that's where you'd put your 15-second AI generated video or your human video or whatever makes sense for you, depending on what you're doing. But that's where it's going to go, right here in the ad creative section. You're uploading. So you have to download it from Dubb, right? If you generated it on Dubb, download it to your computer and then upload it right through there. So the creative itself, the landing page in the messenger, you can use, and then also in the autoresponders and the nurturing sequence that comes after, all of which are critically important to get people to convert. So thanks. Good questions.